Welcome to this short video walkthrough of Module 1, Esports Culture Building. This module contains 10 lessons delivered over 2 weeks. Each lesson is approximately 50 minutes long. In these lessons, students will be building camaraderie through team-building activities, developing and practicing group norms, exploring global professional skills, and exploring the world of esports through research. Let's take a brief look at what learning is contained within each lesson. In Lesson 1, students will participate in a team-building exercise to begin building trust. Then they will have an opportunity to analyze and discuss the contents of a game or code of conduct using a discussion protocol. Be sure to watch the companion video containing information on how to run the different discussion protocols and thinking routines in this module. To close out Lesson 1, students will reflect on and assess their thinking about the contents and reasons for a game or code of conduct. Lesson 2, Developing Our Class Norms. In Step 1, students will participate in another team-building exercise to further build camaraderie and trust. In Step 2, they will complete an entry ticket tied to their learning and thinking from the day before. In Step 3, students will work together to create a class set of norms. And in Step 4, to end class, students will complete an exit ticket to contribute to a class discussion about how to respond when someone in the group violates a norm. Lesson 3, Global Professional Skills. Step 1 opens the lesson with an opportunity for students to agree to and sign off on the norms they developed as a class. In Step 2, students will divide into groups to explore the 4 core global professional skills of communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. In Step 3, students will then have a chance to contribute to a global professional skills reflection and coaching chart that they will refer back to throughout this course. And in Step 4, the last 20 minutes of class will provide an opportunity for students to practice being mindful of their norms while gaming. Lesson 4, Global Professional Skills, Research. In Step 1, you'll start class by having students review the norms with a quick turn and talk activity. You'll notice that we're reviewing the norms frequently during these first few weeks to ensure that students are learning to hold themselves and each other accountable for contributing to positive esports classroom culture. In Step 2, students will participate in a team-building exercise. In Step 3, students will explore a curated list of resources which teach them about effective research strategies, which they'll use in future lessons. Students will create a FRAIR model to help them create conceptual understanding of this global professional skill. And finally, in Step 4, students will complete a reflection exit ticket. Lesson 5, Exploring the World of Esports Through Research. In Step 1, students will complete a warm-up called the Esports Brain Dump to help them identify and connect to what they may already know about the world of esports. In Step 2, students will use an affinity mapping process to identify an audience for their research. This process will lend authenticity to student work and motivate students to produce quality work for a real audience. In Step 3, students will divide and conquer esports research topics and begin collaboratively creating a presentation for their school community. Be sure to share the project rubric with students prior to them working on their research. In Step 4, students will wrap up the lesson by assessing their progress in the project. Lesson 6 is a continuation of exploring the world of esports through research begun in Lesson 5. In Step 1, students will again review the norms. In Step 2, they will continue to work on their esports research. And in Step 3, they will assess their current progress via the project rubric. Lesson 7, Practicing Global Professional Skills, Communication. In Step 1, students will learn some public speaking tips. In Step 2, students will practice their presentation skills or speaking and recording skills, depending on the audience and product goal of their project. In Step 3, you'll wrap up the lesson by giving students a chance to give each other feedback on their part of the overall esports presentation. Lesson 8, Practicing Global Professional Skills, Communication Continued. In Step 1, students will participate in a team-building warm-up. In Step 2, students will have time to either present their research slides or record them for the final product. And in Step 3, students will complete a self-assessment using the project rubric. Lesson 9, Building Communication Through Play. In Step 1, students will review the class norms. In Step 2, students will review communication in esports, watching a video, and participate in a discussion protocol to identify key ways communication is crucial to the success of an esports team. In Step 3, students will play a game, chosen and set up ahead of time by the teacher, using a play, observe, feedback, and switch protocol. Students will complete an exit ticket for Step 4 and reflect on their communication of their group during play that day. And in Lesson 10, teamwork makes the dream work. In Step 1, students will complete a chalk talk protocol after watching 2 videos on the importance of teamwork in esports. In Step 2, students will play a game, chosen and set up again ahead of time by the teacher, using a play, observe, feedback, and switch protocol. In Step 3, students will complete an exit ticket reflecting on the teamwork of their group during play that day. That's a brief outline of the lessons contained in the first module for esports culture building. Lesson in this module cover the following content: building camaraderie through team building activities, developing and practicing group norms, exploring global professional skills, and exploring the world of esports through research. Remember, if you need support using the protocols in the lessons, watch the companion video for Module 1. Thank you for watching.